Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. I turn the knob, camera assist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro?
With the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
And the Raven first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. So that'll back him up 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Geno Atkins got home that time. And a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic, this is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson. He'll air this one out for Kirk. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Intercepted. It's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity? A
first carry here for Joe Mixon. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
The tackle made.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Got an open man. That's JAYCya260's. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Mixon. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 2nd down, Mixon. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Burrow looking to pass. Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Brought down at the 2.
This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
3rd and goal. Burrow. Flush to his right. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. T. Higgins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals.
Makes the score Bengals 7, Ravens nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Ravens take over 1st and 10. at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I'm here, my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right? Minimizing
those and maximizing opportunities.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That good for 22 and a first down.
Baltimore.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. 2nd and 2. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
And a Raven first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Boyd. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
10 at the 32-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bengals 7, Ravens nothing.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
Their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers for this one.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
It's 2nd and 8.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Jackson. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line.
Jackson.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
On 1st down, Mixon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Bengal 1st down on the 16-yard pickup there.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 10 yards there on the Bengal 1st.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I'll tell you, as a defender, you've got to make life as difficult as possible when you're trying to cover a big tight end, because you know his catch radius is huge. He's unable to pull that one in, though.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Matt Judon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
3rd down.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Here's Burrow. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. They get it to him running left. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Operating from the gun. Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Sam Hubbard able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, Drake. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Jackson throwing on target to Brown. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. A pitch out to Drake. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
It's now 4th down.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. From the gun, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
If you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
An incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, second down. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On third down, Burrow. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now Burrow on first down. Flushed out right. There's a short one caught by Uzama. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Zane Gonzalez on for the field goal. An 18-yard attempt.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Mixon with a first down carry. Nifty footwork at the 45. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, just like last play.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll run here with Mixon. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
48 month. Let's go, team.
On second down, Burrow. He's going to let one fly for Tate. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Auden Tate, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Bengals 24, Ravens 7.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
Jackson from the shotgun. Forced out to it, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Sam Hubbard picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Intercepted.
That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. The bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
10 at the 27-yard line.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now it's Burrow. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Now it's Burrow. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
On second down, here's Burrow. This will be caught just inside the 10. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Here's a run with Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Bengals 31, Ravens 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. He starts by handing this off to Drake. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the play. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
After the sack on first down, Jackson, a short throw caught by Andrews. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Sam Hubbard able to record his 5th sack of the season.
4th down.
Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Score, Bengals 31, Ravens 7. Justin Tucker on for the field goal. A 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
To be frank, a silly penalty there trying to block the field goal, and that leads to a fresh set of downs. From the gun, Jackson. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens get a bit closer. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Here's Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for and taken.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And 3 yards there takes them to the 45.
Mixon, the ball carrier.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Boyd. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
At the 45-yard line.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 36-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they go play action now. Burrow into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The interception was a good starting point, but still a huge hill to climb with his 3-score deficit and time fading. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 46 yards.
And a Raven 1st down.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson being chased out left. He'll run it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Ravens cut into that lead. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep it back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
A gain of 9.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
36-yard line.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. First down. Here's Burrow. Eluding the pressure. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Over the middle here to Brown. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And 5 at the 24-yard line.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. And I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Touchdown.
Kenyon Drake, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. Here's Jackson. That's caught at the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Bengals 31. Ravens.
So with an even 30 seconds to go, everything will come down to this onside kick.
Baltimore.
And this is going to be recovered by the Bengals hands team. And they're going to hang on and win this game. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 17 of the Cincinnati first down. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Today's final score.
Well, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So for Cincinnati, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else than their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll have another home date next week as the Kansas City Chiefs come to town. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Hey, can I kick it? Just the flex I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Been the same. Things will change. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Hey, could count on my power and look at my dogs from. Way back then, claim what you saw, but you won't with it. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich and went broke, then got rich again just to let it go. I live in bottom. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat groceries. How did you let it go miss? Her she was magic, she mixed. Met her at one of the functions, we caught her the rhythm, she caught up a friend, they kissed and we did it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Hey, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked. Can I? Before I went live, they ain't know what I was. Ain't no one alive that could do what I does. Need a light here just to catch my buzz. Need Sprite here just to catch my cup. Now they don't really talk about us. Now they don't really talk about love. Honestly, they ain't never seen true love. What's love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with a cash? What's pain to a guy that's what's broke to a guy with a mask? What's broke to a guy with a plan? I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Hey, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go.
Prime time over grind, game over, time's up. Play my cards, dealt my hand, ain't really no time for luck. Either you got it, you don't. Lie to yourself if you won't. I put my team on my back, did what I could, what I had. Now I'll be all in my bag. Copy and paste with the swag. Bet you can't do it like me. All my winners on repeat. Take your L like a boss. Stand 10 toes on your feet. I could never take a look.